Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I am going to be starting this channel to film all about my reselling business. If you are into reselling, if you're into thrifting and flipping and shipping and all of the above, this channel is going to be dedicated to that. I have another channel where I primarily talk about my faith. I came to Christ 2 years ago and I've been sharing my testimony and convictions on that channel ever since, really. I wanted to make a separate channel dedicated to my reselling. That way things can just stay clean and consistent on each channel. So thank you so much for being here. If this is the first time you've ever seen me, obviously it's your first time on this channel because it is my first video. So with this video, I really just want to get into who I am, why I feel like I am qualified enough to talk about reselling or share with others about reselling. And really, I don't have as much experience as a lot of people on here, but one thing about me is my drive. I have been reselling since May of last year, 2024. So it's been a year and a couple months. I have consistently been able to cover my rent and sometimes all of my bills with just my reselling. I guess one thing I should really say is that I do it part-time. I have a full-time 9-to-5 corporate job, or really for me it's a 1 to 9 corporate job. I work West Coast hours and I thrift and list in the morning. That's what my days look like. I'm thrifting before work, I'm listing before work, and then I'm starting work at 1 and I work from home. So that really helps me, take additional pictures in between tasks at my job or on my break. I'm still able to work on my business because I'm home pretty much all day, which is really cool. So with that said, I typically I try to list 5 items a day. My store is still very small. I have about 275 items, but I sell at least 1 to 2 things every day, and on an average day I will sell between 3 and 7 items, which for a small store I think is incredible. I list on Poshmark, eBay, and Depop. I list everything on Poshmark and eBay. Depop I reserve for more younger trendy brands like Anthropologie and Free People and Skims and Lululemon, like those kind of brands made well, and they do well on Depop. The rest I just consistently list on Poshmark and eBay because they have a wider, broader, larger audience really. So I like to put my time into those. I do not use any cross listers. I don't have like Vendoo or List Perfectly. I don't have a Posture VA virtual assistant or anything like that. I do everything manually. And the reason being is because I just don't want to pay the amount for cross lister and stuff. I think I will do it in the future when my store grows, because time also is money, and to individually list something to 2 or 3 platforms every day is obviously time consuming, and a lot of the times just selling, a couple things is worth covering the cost of Vendoo if you're performing at a much larger scale. So I don't want to say I'm in the beginning of my reselling journey, because it went from being a hobby where I was just getting a couple $100 in profit a month to now it's really a full-time job where it's covering the majority of my bills. So I'm kind of like in the middle stages of my reselling, but I do want to pick it up even further. I want to keep my corporate job as long as I can to keep the benefits. I love working from home, and it's a call center, very easy job. It's low stress. But really looking ahead, I would love to be able to do reselling full time. That would be the dream. With that said, that's going to be a while from now, because I think at that point I'll need to be purchasing pallets and stuff. I think I would just need to spend a lot more time at the thrift store. So that leads me to my next thing. Where I thrift primarily is a thrift store called Red, White, and Blue. Sometimes I'll thrift at Goodwill, but really I've just been utilizing the couple Red, White, and Blues that I have in my city, and that thrift store is awesome because every day they have 75, 50%, and 25% off sales. I typically do pay about $6 to $10 for a pair of jeans. I typically pay from like $3 to $10 for a shirt, maybe $5 to $15 for a dress. It depends on the brand, obviously, and what I'm willing to pay for the item, but those are typical costs. I'm gonna do a video on the brands that I typically buy and sell, the ones that are paying my bills, covering my costs. I want to do a video on Bolo brands. My next video is going to be my inventory system, which most of it is right here behind me, but then I have stuff in 2 other places. So I will share that. If you're interested, I deleted most of my reselling videos from my main channel, but I did keep my small inventory system video because 1, it did pretty well, and 2, for myself to look back and see what I was doing in the really beginning stages of my reselling. So if you want to see that video, I'll link it down below, and that'll bring you to that channel too. If you have any interest in Christian faith, you can check out my channel there. I'm excited to be posting on here. If you want to start a side hustle, I have tried a lot of things, okay? I've tried real estate, I've tried YouTube, as a career, which now I just do it for fun. I've never made $1 from YouTube, and I've been posting on and off for like 10 years, but I still enjoy it, so I still do it. I've tried a lot of different endeavors, but I really love reselling. You see the fruits of your labor pretty fast, and then it motivates you to keep growing and going. So I'm excited to talk about it. It's part of my everyday life. So before I wrap it up, I just want to give you a little bit of background on myself. My name is Janelle. I am 28. I'm engaged. I'm getting married in like 3 months now, which is crazy. I'm from Miami. I am half Cuban, half American. I will speak Spanish if I have to, but I'm not great at it. I now live in the Tampa Bay area, and South Florida reselling is awesome. As much as I would love to leave the congested South Florida, it is really good for reselling. My dream is to save for a house somewhere calmer and quieter because I've always been in a really big city. So reselling is really for that, you know, it's to get me out of this big city where I've been for a long time, but I don't want to rent. I want to buy my first house, so I just want to save. That's just really what my biggest goal is, and my biggest motivator, I guess, would be to quit my job in the far future. I like my job, so for me, it's not really about quitting my job as much as it is to save to buy a house. So that's what keeps me going every single day. I hope you enjoyed this video and getting to know me a little bit, and stay tuned because I will be posting my inventory system video very soon. Thanks again, and don't forget to subscribe because I'm very excited about this channel, okay? Starting from zero, starting from nothing, but I have high hopes for this channel. So thank you again, and I will see you very soon. Bye.